It's no secret that using hardwood is a great way to make furniture, make more money, but it comes with a big cost. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I'm not a big fan of paying for materials, and I live in an area where I have great access to discarded lumber from pallet to rough and not straight hardwood 2x3s like this. After making sure there's no embedded metal, nails or staples in the wood, using a handheld metal detector, I'm ready to transform this wood into 4S lumber. 4S lumber is when a piece of wood has been jointed on two faces, planed on the opposite face, then ripped to width. This is the lumber you need and want to make straight and square furniture. But I'm not about to pay someone else to do that for me. Here's how I do it for free from rough cut hardwood that I gather around my industrial town. First, on the joiner, I flatten a face. This will get me one face of my wood flat with the flat surface of the joiner as a reference. I run all my boards before going on to the next step where I'll make a side face square to this one. All my boards have one flat face, and I'm ready to get a side face square to this one. Running the face that I just jointed against my fence, while pushing against the fence, I run all the boards. This will get me a new side, again flat relative to the joiner's table, but while being squared up against the fence, both sides will end up 90 degrees against each other. Here's what it looks like now that I'm done with one board. For the first two faces, there's no light escaping on both sides, so this angle is now 90 degrees. I'll do this to the rest of the boards now. All the boards now have a 90-degree angle from joining the first two faces. Now onto the planer for the third face. Opposite of the first face we got flat. I run the face we flattened against the floor of the planer, facing down. This will plane its opposite face so that both faces are parallel to each other. This will also mean that this new face is also 90 degrees to the second face we joined. Once we're done with this step, the boards are going to be what we call 3S, where three faces are squared, but they're not ripped to width or square from that side. Once all my boards are 3S, I measure how much thickness I have to work with, so that I can make them all the same. Since the thinnest board is a little over an inch and a half, I decided to plane them all down to an inch and a half. This is not a necessary step to make them 4S, but I want them all the same. Using the planer, I planed them all down to 1.5 inch. Thanks to all subscribers for helping me grow on YouTube. Like and subscribe to not miss new projects and videos. Now for the last step, I need for my next project many 2x1s. So instead of just ripping them once to square the last fourth side, I'll rip them 3 times to 3/4 inches, with my second jointed side against the fence. This will end up with 3 3/4 inch boards, 4S per board. For the project I'll be doing with those, I need 21 2x1s of this length, so this is why I worked 7 boards today. I'm going to be working on this project this week. Subscribe to see when I release it. Here's a shoe rack that I made from the same type of 2x1s, that I made with the same source of wood. Using the router table, I gave everything a round over, once the wood was all squared up. Everything aligns well, because of the 4S hardwood. I opted for clamps and dowels for a clean, screwless product, which sells for more on the marketplace. Sanding hardwood projects can take longer, but I find that finishing them is easier with oil-based products versus softwoods where I tend to use more paints. Thanks for watching. I'll soon be releasing the project I'm making with the 21 boards I just made. See you next time.